Now, I'm sure many of you have heard the story of Genesis, but in this video, I kind of want to go back over it and give a new point of view. So if you don't know, the story of Genesis goes somewhat along these lines. God creates heaven and he creates earth. He creates Adam in his image. And then he creates Eve and he creates a place for them called the Garden of Eden. They live there for a while and then this serpent comes along. And God previously had told them, you can eat from any tree in this garden except for the tree in the middle, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And the serpent comes along and he says, you won't die if you eat this tree. Because again, God had previously said, you will surely die if you eat from this tree. And the serpent says to Eve, you won't die. He just doesn't want you to know what he knows. Because he knows that when you eat from this tree, he's gonna know that you're gonna be like him. I don't know how to really do an evil, devious voice, but that was my best attempt. Anyways, Eve eats from the tree. And instead of God killing her like he told her before, if you eat from this tree, you will surely die. Instead, we see a merciful God. We see that God doesn't always punish the way he says he's going to punish. Instead, he shows us mercy. And that's not just in the Genesis story, but that's throughout the entire Bible. You see this mercy of God. Now, the point of this video is to take this narrative of the Genesis story and extract some lessons for all of you to learn from, to help you in your daily life to get closer to God and become more righteous. Now, the first analysis that I kind of want to dive into is that in the beginning, God created Adam in his image. So what does that mean? What does it mean that God created us and Adam in his image? Well, what I think it means is that God wants us to walk with him. God wants us to be like him in some sense. And that's what's so beautiful about God, is that he's this all-knowing, all-powerful, the Alpha and the Omega. He's the creator and the destroyer. And yet he makes us in his image. It's almost humble, because he knows that he's the leader. In some ways, sometimes this kind of relates to when you don't want to give I don't know if you can resonate with this, but you don't want to give other people power because you fear that they're going to be better than you, right? But God isn't this way. He's humble. He knows that he is the all-knowing, powerful being he is, and he knows that we have a role to play in all of this. He allows us to have a role to play in all of this. And it's not only that he wants us to walk with us figuratively, he also literally walks in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve up until they commit the sin. It says that he walks in the garden